welcome to another video. It doesn't look like the ideal place to start a coastal scenic walk, does it? But there is a coastal scenic walk, and we're going to go down this little lane here, this little steep lane called Smuggler's Lane. What a lovely name. So this is the village of Holcombe in South Devon, and we're not far, we're in between Dawlish and Teignmouth. And as we walk down the hill, we will come down to sea level. And there is a train track that runs all the way along the coast. It's supposed to be the most photographed railway in the whole of Britain. And you'll see why when we get down there. Wow, look at this. I can't really see what's inside. I wonder what that was for. Full of rubbish now, though. And there's our first glimpse of the sea. So this lane isn't very long, really, but it's quite steep in it. That's the only thing. Should be some lovely views ahead. And it looks like a cafe or something here. Yeah, there's a little cafe. What's it called? The Salty Dog. Ooh, do you want to have a cup of tea? Yes. And some cake, perhaps? So that's a warning that there is a train line ahead. Bit wetter. So we're going through a tunnel now, and this takes us actually underneath the railway line, which is good, isn't it? Look at that view. Well, I enjoyed that cup of tea and cake. That was good, wasn't it? Homemade cake. Can't go wrong with that. It was a nice little cafe. So what it is, this walk is not very long. Teignmouth is in the distance. It's a level flat walk. But you've got the railway one side and down there the sea. So you have to go careful. There's no fence. This railway line is part of Isambard Kingdom Brunel's Penzance to Paddington line. This is. So this is quite a good train journey if you're going from London down to the southwest. Oh, here comes a train. And they're quite loud when they do go past. I'll warn you now. So right by the sea wall, and here it comes. So the tunnel is one of 5 that Isambard Kingdom Brunel had to build to get the train track along this section of the coastline. So Dawlish is a couple of miles that way. So let's carry on into Teignmouth. Well, it's a nice warm wind, which is nice. And it's not too sunny because I forgot my hat. But it's very windy today. So it's not really sitting on the beach weather, but it's not cold, which is good. And there's a nice little beach down here. This is Holcombe Beach. So the beach where the little place where we come out down there is called as Holcombe Beach, and that the Smuggler's Path was a smuggler's path of about 300 years ago before the railway was built. Now this section here has got loads of grit on the path. And what that is in the winter storms, the waves absolutely pound up against this wall and sometimes go over the top of the train. I think there's been occasions when the trains have had to stop running when it's severe. So this section of the railway line has appeared in a film. It's one of my favourite old black and white films from the 1940s. It's a comedy film called The Ghost Train with an alleged comedian called Arthur Askey in it. But there's one bit at the very beginning of the film where the train's going along here and this funny guy, he pulls the communication cord to stop the train and he gets out and it's because his hat's gone out the window, isn't it?
Hey, you!
And he's right in this very spot. So that's the railway claim to fame.
Here, you. All right, you can go now. I've got it. What do you think you're up to? Well, I lost my titfer. You can't do that. Can't do what? Stop a train just to pick up your head. Well, stopped it. Don't be silly. Here, tell you what I'll do. There you are. I've started it again.
This is a popular walk. You get a lot of people doing this, hence that little cafe. What is it? Oh, look at that, what we just found. Elvis. Someone's carved Elvis. Elvis has not left the building, he's here. Whew, that was close. You can see where they've had to reinforce all the cliffs. So it's not just a sea wall that needs to be kept up to date and repaired when it gets breached, but the cliffs as well. So it must be quite a costly thing keeping this railway line going, I would imagine. But this is the main line to Penzance from London, so more of this grit here. Look, there must be some big waves in the winter. There is some small splashing up, nothing like the winter storms, and oh, another train. It's quite a busy line, isn't it? There's trains everywhere. This is going to whistle past us now. Here we go. Seems like every few minutes there's another train, isn't it? They're quite quiet, they're not that noisy, are they? A bit of sun's coming out now on the tunnel back there. It's a shame in a way that the path didn't go through the tunnels. That would be exciting, wouldn't it? Yeah. Instead you've got to go all up that steep smuggler's path.
But then we wouldn't have found the cafe.
That's right, yeah, and the lemon drizzle cake. Full of rubbish. It's exciting, isn't it? So, just going to go around this little bit here. Quite a popular walk. It's a very easy walk, but you do have to go careful because you don't want to fall over a edge, do you? It's very windy now, isn't it? Cool. Some proper winds going on. I don't really expect to see these sort of winds in August, yeah. You see a path, I've got to follow it because I always think there's going to be something important. Not a train. Nothing. Teignmouth now. So it's not too far a walk really. Oh, that wind is picking up. If you're wondering what that stone wall is, I'll show you what it is now. So it's to welcome people coming on the train towards Teignmouth. Isn't that great? So it must be over halfway now. It's quite a short walk. It's quite an easy walk. A much longer walk would have been continuing over the top of the headland back there from the cafe and go dropping down into Dawlish. We've done that before, haven't we? And then taken the train back. You take the train back from Dawlish to Teignmouth, it's 3 minutes. That's it. Looks like all the dogs on the beach are having a great time anyway. First train arrived in May. No, I've forgotten the date already. Sorry. May 1846. I forgot the date so quick. Yeah, 1846 was the first train along here. That's a long time ago. And we're just approaching the bit where the line starts to curve inland. And we're coming into the town of Teignmouth, the Victorian town of Teignmouth now. I think those gates there are what they do when it's really rough, the sea, and they just close them and lock them to stop anyone, because someone will go along just to see, won't they? And they possibly could get swept off by a wave. Always. It's your last train, you are, before we walk into Teignmouth. Here he goes. He's going quite slow, actually. It's amazing, the curvature, as it goes around the corner, it leans right in. I suppose they'd have to do that and fly off the tracks otherwise, wouldn't they? So here we are, we've left the railway behind, now we're on a big wide prom of Teignmouth. Good. Ah. So that yellow building we've just gone past is the Teignmouth Corinthian Sailing Club. How do you say it? Corinthian Sailing Club, whatever that means. It was formed in 1886. And the first clubhouse was built in 1891, and it was actually built on the end of the pier, the first clubhouse was. Not there anymore. So in Teignmouth, where the town is, the main beach does get, as you can see, virtually completely covered by the waves. That's why there's little patches back where we came from, isn't it? So we're going for the main part of the beach now. Well, what's left of the beach. And the old-fashioned piers ahead. Not going to go on it because there's not much to see, to be honest. It's only half of it. It's got stuff on it. The last half is cordoned off. I think they've had a few bits damaged in the past from storms and stuff, winter storms. little lighthouse. This was put here, can't remember the exact year, I put it up on the screen. And it was basically just to let ships know this was the entrance to the river. So that big cliff stuck out over there is called the Ness. Over at the Ness over there is a secret smuggler's tunnel. So we started out in Smuggler's Lane, and you can end up in the smuggler's tunnel. And we've done a video on that, funnily enough, which I will link below for you to watch. So we're getting near the end of the video now. So what we're going to do is go to where you're looking at the river estuary towards Haytor on Dartmoor. That nice. So I've come along just away from the seafront because I just want to show you this little road here, which is amazing. And this road's so narrow, you're going to get one car at a time down it, and it literally leads right to the sea. Now I want to make sure my handbrake was on at all times. Isn't that an amazing view? Well, it hasn't rained. It's been cloudy, but we haven't had no rain. Got a better view of the village of Shaldon over there, where the Shaldon and Smugglers video was filmed, which I will link below, as I said just now. Yeah, that's a nice little place over there. Much quieter than Teignmouth, isn't it? And more traditional. Now, I think I've got in my video archives a time lapse taken from here a few summers ago. If I have, I'll show it now. If not, you're just going to see a grey sky. See you again, guys.